Hi, this is SAP APO trainer from plots. Till now, I covered the configuration part of demand planning lifecycle. Among the configuration part of the demand planning lifecycle, the pending thing is info cube created. This I will cover at the time of BW concept. Once I start the BW concept, at that time I will discuss about this info cube created. Today I'm going to discuss about the remaining topics. There's a value addition topics like product split, location split, period. Today I'm going to cover the topic of product split and product and location split. Okay. When this product and location split, first of all, let me discuss about the product split. When you are going to go for the product split, for example, this is demand planning. In the demand planning, final product and distribution center. Okay. Here I get in the demand planning, I get the forecast value for the for finished product at DC center level. The product and DC center is A and L1. Okay, this forecast I'm going to send to SNP, release to SNP. Okay, but like one condition, like for example, lace chips. For example, take one. Okay, take one toothpaste. Take one Colgate toothpaste. Okay, this toothpaste, normally it has demands. Normally for the demand are there for this toothpaste, but for especially December month, I would like to release 1,000. Among them 1,700 quantities are get one by one product, and remaining 300 quantities are normal pack. Okay, here what is my requirement? In the for December month, we have the demand 1,000, but the 1,000 quantity, among the 1,000 quantity, on the December month, I would like to give some promotions for the particular product, because the year end, for the year end, I would like to give some additional I would like to give some promotions, like I provided a buy one get one option for 700 quantities. This is my and 300 quantities as a normal packet. This is my requirement. This process should not be done. We should not make a demand plan for this requirement in DP. It's not possible to do like that. To achieve this, demand APO provided one option like product split. Finally, what happened? Whatever forecast is available in the DP, that is going to SNP. It has to move to SNP. Like that, in the DP we have 1,000 quantity, but in the SNP, if it comes to SNP, it will divide as a 700 quantity as buy one get one, as 300 quantity as the normal product in SNP. But in the APO, it's shown as a normal product only. Okay, let me come into the configuration part. See, this finished product, this A1 L1 product with the help of product split. Here I am doing the product split. That's why A product I am splitting as A promo has 70% promotion, okay, sorry. Here I'm going to do the product split like A promo has 70% split to 70%, and A non promo as 30%. Okay, and finally here in the SNP, how we get this SNP? In the SNP, the demand shown it as A promo slash N1 and A non promo under product on location L1. Like that, the SNP it has to be reduced. It has 1000 quantity. And the demand planning for this has a 1000 quantity. It has 1000 quantity. With the help of product split and location split, here we're dividing it as a 700 for one for promotional, 300 for non-promotional. Okay, this is the way we are going to do those things. Come to the configuration part. First of all, we have to check whether that yeah. Okay, yeah, to the APO screen. First of all, we have to check. Uh, First of all, we have to maintain these characteristics as a promo and a non-promo. Okay, for this we have to but in the DP it did not do anything. It did not do any planning for the A promo and non promo. Okay, I would like to do. Mm, okay, anyhow, P1 L1 is there. Okay, I would like to P. Here I'm going to the characteristics. Okay. Brand one. I'm not going to change anything here. DC1 location one. P1 Pro. Yes. Yes. None. Okay. P1 not P1 P1 Pro. Okay. Fine. Okay, I created the characteristics as a P1 Pro and P1 non-Pro. But in the I'm not using this P1 Pro, P1 non-Pro in the DP. Here I'm going to use in the SNP only. Okay. To get this into SNP also, we need to maintain the master data. Okay. Mm, slash and slash SCP API slash mat1. P1 Pro, P1 non. Okay. I have to maintain the master data also. Why? Because to release the forecast in this production location level, we should have to maintain the master data. Otherwise SNP data will not be available. Okay. P1 Pro for location L1 Pro P1 non. Create. Yeah, I'm giving the description of the P1 promotional. Okay. PC. Okay. I'm going to get the P1 non. Okay. I'm going to create a that's PC. Like that, I created the master data for both. The next step is the APO demand planning environment. product split. Okay. After maintaining the CVC, first step we have to maintain the CVC. Next we have to maintain the master data for the promotional, non-promotional key figure, promotional, non-promotional CVCs. Then next we have to go to the path to maintain the products. We have to maintain the product split. This is the T code MC7B. Go to the product split. Here what I'm doing to go. Yeah, it's already there with the A1, and here I'm going to create for the new one. Just click on the. Yeah, there is a in the system there is already products is maintained for product A with L1 location as A promo, A and promo. Similarly, I would like to do for another product. Here I'm going to do for the P1 product also. P1, P1. Otherwise, we need to do one thing. Just come now. Yeah, here I'm doing just copying both rows. Here what I'm doing, I'm not distributing the others. Here I'm just simply creating. Okay. Here I'm creating a new one. Copy. Let me do one by one. This understand. Okay. Okay. It's repeating. Here I'm saying I'm not disturbing the previous one. Here I'm doing for the my own product which I created. P1 planning version from which data from today onwards the changes have been maintained. The date is 10 2020. Yes. This is for the 8 for how many periods? For a number of periods, I would like to maintain this maintain this product split. Here I'm giving it for eight we the period is a week. For 8 weeks I would like to maintain. That's why I maintain as a weekly. If you want to maintain as a month, day, we can select it, no issue. Okay. Then next for target, what is my target? The location has to be split like a P1 Pro. Okay. P1 Pro. How much quantity I took for 70%. Okay. This is one. The next step is I forget to say. Okay. Yeah. For 8 weeks, I would like to give as the P1 Pro. Here percentage is 0.7. 70% I would like to give. Enter. Then next. Sorry, I have some issue with mouse. That's why I can't. For us, it has to adjust mouse. It has to save the new settings. Okay. Okay. Then to the okay. The same person I would like to say. Here I'm going to save here. It gets saved. Yes. So mistake is going on. L1, P1, 000 version for a period of 10 to for 8 weeks. For 30%. Okay. Yes. Why is not happening? Not going to say there is an issue here. Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm saying also not taking. There is some issue in this thing. Yes. It's not going to saving here. There is some issues. Okay. Let me take this example. This already is. Okay. Yeah, they already maintained for the A1 for product A, for product A with location under location 1. Okay. Here I'm going to release the forecast /m/SAP /MC90. FA category. You can give the from date to date, when to when we have to do. Okay. Here we have to put the product split profile. So it's not a period, it's a period split. The product location for which product. Uh, Here if you have to give a product and location. Okay. Execute. Give the release. I forget to release the execute. Okay. Like once it's released, I just released under by using background job. I'm checking that job that is executed or not. Yes, it's released. It's released. Okay. And check the results in the SNP planning area, like SAP API slash what is the ticket SNP 94. Just select the product location. Select the product as A Promo. Event promo. Under location L1. Okay. Data. Select the all data. Load it here and take the only forecast is more than multiple. I'd like to take only forecast key figure. I want it into the level for all products. Let's see here. Yeah. Total damage to 27. It's going to split on over A promo and promo. This is the way we are going to split the product from DP to S&P. This is the one additional topic, one extra. Okay, it's one additional topic. Let me put some points here. Shit. Is going on. Okay, come to the configuration part. Configuration steps. First of all, maintain the CVCs. Maintain the CVCs in MPOS. Then next, maintain master data. Okay. I think what I mistake it is forget to assign to. Okay. I forget to assign here to active model. Okay. Here I forget to assign to active model. Now I'm going to create the yes. I thought previously why the error was happened is I didn't assign that master data to the active model. Due to that reason, the system is not taking that new master data. Once I assigned to the model, then I created it. Now it's getting okay. After that, I'm going to release to the SMP. Okay. My total forecast planning version category F. Okay. It is mandatory. It is mandatory. We have to assign to active model. Otherwise, system whichever CVC we want to transfer to release to SMP, that has to assign to active model. Otherwise, yeah, it's successfully activated the model. Yeah, it's in the active model only. No issues. Okay. Then now check it now. Focus. Here I am saying P1L1. First of all, check whether P1L1 has a forecast or not. No? Yes, P1L has, yeah. P1L1 has a forecast of 1000. Okay, no issues. Very good on this. I am putting on the display mode. I get 10 of product rotation. P1L1 executing background. I executed it. Okay, so fully released. Now check the results in SMP 94. Location product P1 P1 Pro P1 non location L1. Yes. Yeah, I'm taking down the forecast key here. Yeah, if you see here, total forecast is 124. It's going to distribute as a 30% and 70%. Like this, we are going to be distribute the forecast values. This is the method we are going to transfer the forecast values from APO to SNP. If you do this if you do, yeah, okay, this is the way we are going to do the product splitter. The sim, let me add the points here. Maintain the CVC sample, maintain the master data, and assign to active model. Here, what are the CVCs I created? P1 Pro under L1 and P1 non P1 Pro not Pro L1 and P1 non under L1. Okay. Okay, to the CVCs, and I maintain the master data for this CVC and assign to active model. Once I did these things, the next third step is maintain the T code / maintain the product splitter. Maintain the product split. Release the T code to maintain the product split is //SAP APS This is the path and this is the T code. MC7 is the T code, and this is the path here I'm providing here. 7B. Okay, and release the forecast from DP to SNP. Check the results in an SNP planning book. Okay, these are all steps for these things. This is about the product split. Location split is also similar way. Here we are using the product. Here we are using the product. But in the case of location split, we are going to differentiate about with respect to locations. Same thing. Same thing. Here is the only change is the location. Here the product is the location. That is only the change. This is about the product and location split. And I missed some concepts. I missed some concepts and some features. For example, not a while creating a storage bucket profile, tier 30 storage profile. I missed this time stream ID concept for physical year variant concept. Now I'm going to cover these things. Okay, here time stream ID. Time stream ID. It is nothing but like time stream is nothing but a calendar. It's nothing but a calendar. The difference, the main difference between the normal time stream and time stream ID calendar is in time stream ID calendar. We get the calendar in terms of hours also. Okay, and in APO, okay, what is the main difference between the normal calendar and time stream calendar? Is in the time stream calendar you can get the calendar with in terms of hours also. Okay, in terms of hours also. Let me show you that. But this time stream ID, anyhow, you're not using in the deep. Yeah, this time stream ID. This time stream ID is most of all useful that in SNP time. In SNP is mostly useful, but normally in DP it must don't have that much impact. This time stream ID. Okay. Uh, Next, the physical error variant. Here, the physical error variant is nothing but uh, okay. Let me elaborate. Here, why you are going for the physical error variant? See, here we have the options post physical variant option. Why this option is there? The main reason here the option is the APO system is interlinked with the ECC system. In the ECC systems we have different modules like PP, PP, MM, SD, FICO, like that we have. Among them, the FICO is nothing but the finance, is related to the finance side. Finance team maintain their own calendar. Finance team they have maintained their own calendar. They consider the, for example, promotions come under the finance sector itself only. Finance sector. Um, if the promotions have to maintained, under that they has to be follow with the finance calendar. Okay, they have to be follow with the finance calendar. Not all promotions, some promotions has to follow with the finance calendar. For that purpose, they are going to introduce a physical year variant concept in the APO. Physical year variant is nothing but this calendar which was maintained in the FICO. Okay, if you go with the physical year variant for storage bucket profile, we have to select the posting period also. We have to select the posting period and we have to provide the physical year variant. The physical year variant, these are all the physical year variant calendars which are maintained by FICO teams. Okay, here here in the API we have options. We can go with our own calendar. I have to go with the some physical year variant calendar also. We can go with the both also. It will not impact. Okay, but if you go with the physical year calendar, what's the use is, if any changes made, if that means if the system is interlinked with the ECC system, that finance team, that means promotional teams has to add some planning data to the forecasting values. At that time it will get be useful. It will be useful at that time. Okay, this is about the physical event. Here one thing I have to produce to you, whatever thing, for example, currency, unit of measure, physical year variant, factory calendar, these are not, we are not going to create in the APO. These are all are get from the ECC. The process to get this all these terms from ECC is the T code is a RSA1. Go to the source system. This is our APO system, and this is the R3 system. Right click, transfer global settings. Okay, select currencies, unit of measurement, physical and factory calendar. Okay, simulation means it only for the checking purpose. Update table means, for example, in the ECC the 7 calendars, in the ECC we have 10 calendars, but in the APO we have 3 calendars only. If you click on the update table, that the remaining 3 calendars will get updated in the APO. Okay, here rebuild means it will create from starting onwards. Whatever in the ECC, it is going to copy from first onwards to APO. Okay, this is the way you are getting the currencies, unit of measurement, physical and factory calendar from ECC to APO. Okay, the next is, this is one, this is the, okay, okay, maintain process, and this maintain process I will cover the time of BW time. Data warehousing, administration, MSDP admin. Data warehousing is nothing but this is also I will RS7. This is also I'm going to cover the BW time. Administration of demand planning, supply planning is MSDP admin for maintain the MPOS and the planning areas. Transfer profiles. Here this transfer profiles, we are using at the time of at the time when you are going to transfer the forecast from APO to ECC. Okay, here what you are doing here, we are going to transfer the forecast from APO to SNP. In some projects, SNP will not available. At that time, we are directly transferring the DP data to the ECC. At that time, we are going to create a transfer profile. Okay, maintain release profiles at the time of transferring the forecast from DP to SNP. You have to we have to maintain the release profiles, location splits, border splits, seasonal planning. The seasonal planning is maintained for the particular seasons. That means January month, February month. some coal products don't have that much demand, in that cases we are go for seasonal planning, life cycle planning already covered. Assign forecast profile to selections. Assign forecast profiles to the selections. Okay, this means that if you want to, yeah, if you want to assign the focus for particular selections, here we can here you can do with this option. Maintain focus profiles, calculate proportional factors. We already covered things. Reporting application log. If you want to see the logs, this logs is mainly for these things only, for proportional factors, for DP mass processing, for promotional planning. For these three applications only, we can view the logs at any time. Just give the time, and before give the time, then we get the it's going to execute here. If you want to see the logs, okay. Planning, entire demand planning, promotion. Okay, this is about the complete DP life end-to-end life cycle. The next, come to the BW part. Okay, let me add some small description about the BW. BW. Okay, here come to the path for the BW. What is the BW? BW is a business warehouse. Okay, earlier we have BW version is 3.5. Now version is 7. And it is called as BI. Okay, BI. That means BW or BI. You can call BW BR. Why? Because now the version B7 is using it. That's why we can characterize BW 7.0 or BI. Both are applicable. Okay. Here BI is nothing but the business intelligence. The full form is the business intelligence. Okay. Then next. Here, let us consider this example. Okay. If you see here, this is the BW system. This is the complete BW system. For BW system, ECC system, CRM system, SRM system, SMP system, all this server data after a particular time. is going to store into BW. Okay, is all this R3 in the R3 system means is nothing but in the R3 we have this SD data, data, CRM data, all this data is going to store it from a particular point. That is nothing but the BW. BW is nothing but is a data storage. We can BW called in simple term. In simple term, you can derive BW as a data storage. Okay, data storage. BW is going to extract data from R3, store the data, and reporting the data. Okay, okay. BW is data storage. BW is going to extract the data from R3 or files from IC R3 IC system or from flat files. Next, it stores the data and reports the data. Reports these three. These three are the BW functionalities. BW main functionalities. Okay, extracting the data from ECC or flat files, storing the data, and reporting the data. These are all the main functionalities of the BW. And in BW, the data is going to stored as a info cubes. Okay, in BW, the data is going to stored as the info cubes. Whatever data is available in the data, these are all are going to store in terms of info cubes only. Okay, and the next APO has an inbuilt BW. Okay, APO has an inbuilt BW. Okay, and next thing is all data is in BW is going to stored as info cubes. For example, sales cubes, where sales history data, sales, sales invoice or sales history, sales history data available. Backup cube, where backup cube is used to store the data. Store the data where in the backup cubes we are going to store the data. Store on some particular data for a particular planning area. Remote or virtual cube, which are used for the reporting purpose. For reporting Okay, this is about the overall theoretical description of BW. Let me come into pictorial with the example here. Just a minute. Okay. If you see in this, yeah, if you see in this pictorial view, first of all, consider this single path. Here, BW is one system. It has a connections with an external system, external R3 systems, different R3 systems. Not only for the single, it has the interlink the different R3 systems and different files. Okay, and here the data is going to store as a info cubes. Okay. Similarly, in APO also, we have one inbuilt BW. Inbuilt BW. In APO we have inbuilt BW into this, which means that this BW has an interface with the R3 system. Whatever that means, APO systems connected through R3 with the help of BW. APO get the sales history data through R3 with the help of BW in terms of info cubes. Okay, and into the APO, demand planning takes this historical data and generate the forecast values. Once forecast values get generated, they're going to store that forecast data in an backup cubes. Again, it comes to BW, and on user demand, BW will generate the reports of the data. Okay, let me repeat one more time this APO with BW concept. In APO we have inbuilt BW. This inbuilt BW with this inbuilt BW, APO get an ECC data with the help of BW, like getting an historical data. That means from R3 getting an historical sales invoice data. Getting a sales invoice data, first of all, it gets to BW. Once it's available in the BW, APO will call this historical data as a sales invoice data. So, getting this historical data, the demand planning. Then next, once the forecast generated, the forecast values is going to store into the backup cubes. Again it comes to BW. Finally, they will generate the reports of the forecast value on user demands. Okay. Similar whatever the BW functionality we have here, also the same is going on in the API inbuilt BW also is the same going on. Okay, like that. It means if you have on in some situations like that, inbuilt BW will connect to some external BW instead of connecting inbuilt BW instead of connecting to the R3 system. R3 system, inbuilt BW system instead of connecting to RT system. It is directly connected. Is directly connected to the external BW system. External BW system is connected to the R3 system. See, with the help of R3 systems, it has all sales invoice data, everything. It has the data as the info cubes in the external BW. That APO inbuilt BW will calls that all the data from the external BW. From external BW, it calls the data as the historical data, and finally it generates the planning results to the external BW also, like that. This is the way. This is the way the data is getting from ECC to APO with the help of BW. This is only the way. This is for especially for the demand planning. Especially for demand planning. For the SNP, there is another way to get the data. For the demand planning, here the CVCs are here the master data is the CVCs. Here the master data is the CVCs. Okay, to get this CVCs, to get this master data, we have to use an BW. It has to be get with the help of BW through info cubes. Okay, this is the way we are getting the data from ECC to APO for demand planning. Once the data is available into the APO demand planning, forecast generated. Once the forecast is generated, that forecast value is going to store in the backup cubes. Then again, why we are going to save the forecast values in the backup cubes here? The main reason is if something wrong was happen in the planning area side, which means that suddenly we get some new characteristics. It means something was happen. The all data get erased. Whatever the data is available in that key figure, that all data get erased. In that case, how we get the data? If you don't take the backup cubes for every forecast generated, if you don't take the backup cubes, then we lost this data. Due to that reason, once the forecast is generated, automatically we schedule and background jobs to get to back up all the forecast data for safety purpose. Okay, this is the functionalities of the APO BW and the BW system. Next, come to okay, come to the okay, yeah. The time of at the time of planning area creation, at the time of MPOS creation, I discussed about the manually created CVC, manually created characteristics and manually corrected key figures. Okay, let me show here. If you see here, the time of MPOS creation, we selected all the SAP standard characteristics. Here we can put our own characteristics also. But in the real time, all projects will use the manually created characteristics instead of a SAP created, instead of SAP generated. Why? Because if something was happen wrong in that characteristic values, the characteristics, SAP is not going to support. Why? Because that means we are not going to do any changes. We are not going to do any R&D on this SAP characteristics. If anything was going to wrong, SAP will not provide the support for that SAP given characteristics. They will tell this is SAP standard. We have to follow these rules only. We can do any changes in the man-made characteristics. Due to that purpose only, we are going for the man-made characteristics. Means user created characteristics. The manual created characteristics. Like that in the similar thing in the key figures, in the planning area key figures also. But this has to be maintained, that manually created characteristics, manually created key figures, it has to be done by the BW team, not by the APO team, but it has to be done by the BW team. It has to once it has to be done by BW team and BW team. Once they completed, it is available in this screen. We are directly drag and drop here. from our APR perspective, once that characteristics and key figures available in this field, we just drag and drop that characteristics here. But normally this manual created characteristics, manual created cases will be handled by the BW team. There is separate BW team was there to maintain all those things. But it is important to know. It is very important to know how they are going to create an characteristics key figures manually. It's an important thing. Okay, why? Because if anything is going to wrong, if anything, if you get any phase errors in that characteristics, then you should to know, you should to aware that. Okay, you should aware that was the issue was there with this characteristics and key figures. We have to analyze this. We have to put some analysis on this failures. Okay. First of all, to create this manually and to create this manual create characteristics and key figures, the first thing is file. Don't say. First of all, we have to create an info area. First of all, we have to create an info area. Under this info area, we have to create characteristics catalog. Key figure catalog. First of all, I had to create info area. Then we had to create characteristics catalog and key figure catalog. Under the characteristics, we have to create our own characteristics. Like similarly in the key figure catalog also. Key figure 1, key figure 2. Characteristics 1, characteristics 2, characteristics 3. Key figure 1, key figure 2, key figure 3. Like this, we are going to create an manually characteristics and key figures. This is the part. This is the overview of these things. Okay. Whatever characteristics, these characteristics, we can call it as a info objects. Okay. These characteristics, we can call it as a info objects. These key figures, we can call it as info objects. It means that these characteristics and key figures, we can call it as in a video as info objects. Okay. Let me put it here. This characteristics and this key figure, we can call it as info objects. Okay. Let's go to the configuration part. We have to go to the RS7T code. the RST1T code, we have to go for the info objects. Go to the info objects, right click on it. Go to first of click on the info objects, right click on it, create info area. Give the info area name CAPO underscore UPL underscore info area. Okay. You see here, it's going to generate it here, but I'm not going to see here. Okay. Uh, Let me put a different number because it's in the end of this thing. Let me unlock this thing. Unlock. If you see here, our info here is visible here. You see here. Okay. Properties. Bottom. Okay. Here I'm going to right click my info creator here. Okay. I created an info area. In that info area, what is the next step? The next step is I created my info area. Then what is my next step? I have to create the characteristic catalog and key figure catalog. This is my next step. Okay. This is my category area. I just right click on that. Create info object catalogs. Okay. First of all, I'm going to create the characteristic catalog. Here I'm giving the name it as characteristic info object catalog. Characteristic catalog. UPL underscore char. Okay. I created a characteristic catalog. Now I have to create a characteristics. Okay. Create info object. Here I am going to create a characteristics. The name as a say what I had to give an any name for product. The APO UPLP. Okay. product. Select the BW option. Okay. Select the BW option. Created. Then next is the data type. That means the characteristics. The product characteristics is in the character string. Here we have the data type as a character string, numeric date times. But the product is in the always in the characteristics. I'm going to select in the characteristics. Then next go to the master data text. Here give your can put you can select the medium test, long test, anything we had is not an issue. Info update. We have to give here the just give the here the info area. Create an info area. What info area created? The APO info area. Okay. If you come one by one, length. If you can give length that as a maximum length. Maximum length. We can it's more than enough. I'm here I'm doing just 40. Anything. Okay, not an issue. Business Explorer. This was how the maintained by the BW team. Master data. In the master data here I'm going to give the info area. Okay, hierarchy. Attributes. These attributes I'm going to cover soonly. After entering all these values, just click on activate. Activate. In the BW everything is an activate, not an save. Everything is an activate. If you click on the activator, that's enough. We get that values. Similar. See, here you get the UPL product for the characteristics. Secondary, I'm going to call for the location also. Here info updates, characteristics, ZAPO underscore UPL. Here, location characteristics, proceed. These characteristics are come under the BW itself only. Okay, I'm going to select the BW. The location, see in the most of the projects, location are in the numerical term. They are not directly give the name, location as a name. They maintain location as a 100110 like a 6120 like that they are going to maintain. Like that, some similar way I'm going to maintain the location data type as numeric characteristics. Length I maintains 4. Anything you can 4. Okay. If I maintain more also it will it is unnecessary. That's why I am maintaining as 4. Okay. Go to the master data. In the master data, give the info area. Okay. Hierarchy no need, attribute no need, compounding no need. These are all the main fields. These are the main fields. That's all. These are the main fields. What are the main fields? Data type. What is the data type? What is the length? And what is the info area you have to be using? These are all the main. These are the main things. Okay. After done, just execute. Activate. See, here we get the location and product as a characteristic. Now, here I am like similarly, I'm going to proceed for the key figures also. Just right click on the our created info area, click on create info object catalog. Here I'm going to create a key figure catalog. Key figure. The description is the same. Okay. Create. Okay. Activate. if you see left side, key figure catalog is created. Just right click on the key figure catalog, click on create info object, give the key figure name. For example, history CAPO underscore UPL underscore history key figure. Okay, while creating the key figure, it's better to you have to go with the APO option. Okay. You can give a short description also. I'm giving a big long description, short description. Okay. Okay. I just give a short description. Okay. Here the history is the quantity. I'm selecting here the quantity. Okay. No need to select any unit of measurement here. This quantity is more than enough. Data type. Quantity. Okay, yeah. Quantity. Aggregation, no need all this matrix, all maintained by the BW quantity and activate. Yeah, it's asking for the unit of currency. Put it as if it is the quantity. What you have to maintain. If I want to maintain for quantity, we should not maintain anything. But yeah, unit of measure, put the unit of measure. For quantity, what is we are measuring PC? Nano P. Yeah. Activate. Okay. Okay. Here's the history of the key figure. Similarly, I'm going to another key figure as a forecast. What kind of price? Okay, put a price. Copy. Lord. Price. Proceed. APO. Maybe it is all right. Right. So, okay. Amount. Here I'm giving the amount or number. Okay. If I get an amount, it will as a fix. It will ask for the fixed currency. What is the currency here? Here you have to view in the US dollar or some other. We can select here. American dollars. Activate. More than, yeah. This is the way. If you see here, I create an info area. Under that info area, I created an info area. Under that info area, I created a character catalog, key for catalog. Under the catalog, I created an info objects. Okay, this is a category created two categories location product, and under this key file created two catalogs, history and price. Just execute, activate, save. Here to save here. Okay. Now check that. Now check him. Mm, see, this is our own our created characteristics, location and product. Okay. Previously it's not there. This is available for location and product. Similarly, for planning areas. Figures. If you see here, see UPLH, UPLC. These are our created key figures. Like that, like this. This is like this. We can create our. We can create the characteristics and key figures manually in with the help of BW. Normally, this functionality, this manual creation was done by the BW team. Once they maintain these characteristics, it already come into this screen. Just simply drag and drop. In the time of configuration, we simply drag and drop these key figures. Like that, we have to go. And one more step is R7, our info objects, look at info areas, flux. Okay, here we have attributes. Here attributes means uh, just right click, change uh, attributes. Going to display now. I want to change the changes. Got to delete the display info mediums. Okay, change. Okay, see here the attribute. While creating the characteristics, we get the option attributes. Here attribute means, for example, for this location, for this locations, that means we are going to plan for. Here we are going to plan for the distribution center. Here we are going to plan for the finished product and the distribution center. But we are going to do the planning. But after the distribution centers, we have some sub centers from some small locations. Actually, that's another sub locations. We are not doing the planning. We are just reviewing the values. We are just reviewing the values only under the below level. Finally, we are going to distribute we are getting the forecast and for in a finished product under distribution center. Under this level only, we are getting the forecast values. To to see the forecast beneath the distribution centers, which means that sub locations after the distribution centers, what we get. Mm, retail locations. After the distribution centers, we get the retail locations. These retail locations, what are the below, what are the locations present below the distribution centers that are maintained as the attributes. Why? Because these attributes we are not going to use. Let me create one more characteristics. Then you get the idea. Here I'm going to create an area as UPL. I created a location. Here I'm going to create for a, here I create a characteristics distribution center. Then I'm going to create for the L1 location for particular distribution center retailer. Retailer. Okay. But the retailer I would like to maintain at my location. Okay, I remember. Sorry, I'm sorry. Mm, okay. But the characteristics I don't want to be. I don't want to be doing any planning for statistics. Okay, but that characteristics has the value, some values. Let me show you that. Here what I'm doing is under this attribute I'm putting, yeah, here I'm entering this characteristics as an attribute. Okay, what it will do if I maintain this characteristics as an attribute, what happen, I can review the forecast values under the for retail level also, but these characteristics are not used in the planning. Okay, this characteristics is not going to use in the planning, but we can review the forecast values. This is the use of these attributes. Okay, like this is the way we can create a manually characteristics in BW. Normally these things are these things will be handled by the BW team only, but it is important to us to know how we are going, how the characteristics are going to create manually under BW. But if any mistakes happen, if any error is happen in the characteristics, we can review direct. We can check that. Okay, this the mistake is due to happen with this thing. Okay, this is the root cause for that. We can easily suggest. We can easily suggest. Otherwise, it's difficult to us. Okay, like this. This is the way we can. This is the way we can create an info area. In the coming. Uh, in the next sessions, I am going to cover the how the info cubes, how we are going to create the info cubes. Why are we going to create info cubes means whatever data whatever data is going to stored in the BW as a info cubes. Okay, whatever data is going to stored in the BW is info cubes. For info cubes only, we are getting the data from ECC to APO. With the help of info cubes only, we are getting the in a BW. With the help of info cubes only, we are getting data from in ECC to APO. Due to that reason, yeah, okay, yeah. With the help of info cubes only, we are getting the data from ECC to APO. The next session, I am going to cover about the concept of the info cubes. To know about the info cubes, it is mandatory to know about the in what is meant by the info area, what is meant by the info objects, which we created now. Under this info cubes, this info area, this info objects will be there. Under that info cube, this info objects will be there. Is in okay. In the next session, I'm going to cover about the info objects. Sorry, info cubes. This is from my end for today. Thank you.